Everybody on TikTok, man, much love. We are here with Dungeon Talk. We getting everything squared though, so bear with us in a second, and we'll be on with the set. I'm gonna try to keep the profanity down.
No more cursing.
I'm gonna try.
TikTok
be blocking us and violating us every time we curse.
Yeah, we ain't gonna.
So I'm gonna try my best
not to curse.
Not to curse.
It don't make any sense to curse.
Try my best not to curse. Soon as Instagram start acting up, we're gonna get live with the set today. So shout out to y'all on this Sunday. I know I'm exhausted. We got gangsters coming through. Go ahead. Huh? All right. Like, no camera time. No camera time. All right, we live on Instagram and TikTok. So shout out to everybody out there in the world. I'm Sport Brooklyn.
I'm Nate.
And this is Dungeon Talk. This is where we bring the living room conversation right to you. Yeah, we just invite y'all in to the conversation. First of all, my brother, how you doing today? And we started a little late. That was on me.
No, it ain't on
you.
No,
it was good. On me. It was on
That's
me.
That's good.
It was on me. Today is one of my daughter's birthdays.
Happy birthday to Spud's daughter.
Shout out to Casey, K-Dot. Happy birthday to K-Dot.
Shout out Casey.
I was in Prospect Park all day.
Yes.
With the Brooklyn fam. I still got the staff on my joint.
He working.
I was out there for the festival, 4th annual. Shout out to Brooklyn fam. So we was out there and then I came back. So I'm running on I ain't on empty.
You tired.
I'm not empty, but yeah, my eyes are heavy.
I can tell he tired. You know his eyes is real.
So prolific, what's good? Shout out to everybody on. Yo, big boy, I see you. Shout out to D, I see you. SY, shout out to everybody on today. Booker O. You showed me a clip, and I mean we could get right to it. You showed me a clip that was very interesting. Matter of fact, could you pull that up real quick?
Yeah, I can.
Could you pull that real? I want people to hear that.
Statistically a fact, single mothers we produce. It's statistically a fact, single mothers we produce the worst product, right? Part of that, when we talk about males, especially black males, we don't realize that we're programmed because if you don't understand history, you won't realize that like it starts with the female. Even when we were slaves, the idea is if you program the mind of the female slave, she will raise the offspring to continue your agenda without you having to be physically involved. She will teach her children to abide because we're the first givers of life and care when kids are small. So we train them up to be good slaves, follow these particular rules. We indoctrinate and, create certain philosophies in their mind. So by the time they're big and strong, they still following behind the same agenda that was placed into us. So when you look at males that come from single mother-headed households, if you don't get around positive male role models, you have the emotional management skills of a woman.
Wow.
We could stop on that. That was, I mean, if y'all was out there and y'all heard that, and shout out to everybody jumping on. Shout out to MJMG. Yo, thank you for the birthday shout out. Oh, she love her camera. She took mad flicks today. Shout out to Marty that's on. Shout out to everybody. I see you. KDW All World. If you just heard that clip, please feel free to chime in on what you just heard. Real Magoo, if you heard that, like, chime in on it. She stated basically that if you grow up in, especially a man, if you grow up in a single parent that's the mother, you grow up with the mother's tendencies. And if it's corrupted, it get passed in. So your emotional balance basically is female. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel on that? Thanks, Tab Lee. Thank you for the shout out for Casey. But how do y'all feel about that? Like that and that conversation. And please forgive me, cause my eyes is mad heavy.
He tired. Today's the first day he's tired.
I'm tired. I've been up early, been in the sun all day.
He looked tired.
And then I got jumped by a bunch of kids. I got jumped by a whole bunch of kids with balloons, right? For a pajama party. So, but I had this conversation with, and it was pertaining to. It started with the female bus driver. And the concept I was saying was like it's a mentality that's bred the concept of this independence. And that clip stated something. She said, you know, you want to target, and she touched on it briefly about like slavery, like you target the woman anytime you want to, and that was facts.
That's just crazy. Like she said that the kid comes like female tendencies. And that's wild. Cause a lot of it's bad to say a lot of women do have their kids, and without a man in the picture, I don't think nothing's going right. It's not gonna go right. Excuse my voice too, man. Shout outs to the Yankees.
My man.
I was screaming all night. I'm a big Yankee fan. Shit, my voice is a little gone. But you know, like I was saying, you know, the women are strong, but a child always needs a man figure. A good man figure, I say.
I could see her, and Miss Jackson said I disagree. Real Magoo said I agree. So you know we're getting a little balance of the two, but I can see where the structure base of the example, like the adult, especially the one that you spend a lot of time with in your household. If you have both, it's a blessing. If you have one, that attention of learning, molding, and conditioning comes from one root of expression.
That's wow.
One root. So I could see if you have someone, a mother raising a child, a lot of the tendencies being.
But you know I don't know, Spud. I was raised by my grandmother anyway.
Yeah.
So,
share that input.
I didn't have a straight man figure in my life. So I learned from people that was around me, and I'm not saying that women can't do it, because women are very strong. Yeah. Women are very strong.
I'm gonna give a point to that too.
You know, women are very strong, and you know, I just think that a strong-minded woman will make their kids strong. But you always need a man in the picture, because there's a lot of things that women can't teach a man, a boy anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard. It's hard. You know, women struggle enough. They struggle enough. And to raise a boy at 16, 17 years old.
I mean, from 0
to 18. Yes, that's hard. That's hard.
It's serious business with two parents.
Yeah.
In a single, it's hard. Now, I'm gonna share something, and this is like true. I grew up with my moms and my pops, but my pops is old school, so he was more like, I pay the bills, and I provide for the family, but he didn't really like. I didn't grow up with him like, we didn't play ball. He didn't teach me how to, you know what I'm saying? He didn't teach me how to fight. He just taught me like, yo, you there for your family, you provide. That was my pop's thing. So I was raised a lot by my moms. I was very emotional. My pops ain't emotional. I was very emotional growing up as a kid. And I could see growing up getting that and now my pops is there though. But the example base of what I was witnessing was from a female perspective. It wasn't until like seeing my brothers work their way through the streets. My brothers used to take me like, some kid wet my car, drag me down the block and make me fight. And I didn't want to fight, made me fight. I learned that structure of behavior, of being strong, defending myself from my brothers. Now, if I didn't have my brothers, and I only had my sister or my moms, I can see me being a completely different type of person. I could see that. Because I didn't have that balance. I mean, I had that balance.
You know, Spotty, in my household, it was just like a bunch of ladies. You know, it was all my sisters and my cousins. It was different, you know, and I had to go outside to get like the balance.
Yeah.
So if I didn't go outside and understand. But I was going outside anyway, because my sisters and them was playing with dolls, doing double dutch. And as a child, I'm not saying the moms can't do it, because my moms were strong.
Yeah.
My moms were very strong.
And just disclaimer, we're not saying women,
women
can't do it.
Yeah, women. I don't want women to ever feel that they're not strong enough to raise a child.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that y'all can do, but a man needs to show the boy at that age to do certain things.
It's a flip. It's a flip.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I'm a girl dad. I don't have no sons. Got three queens, right? If I didn't have my wife, there's a lot that I can teach them. There is a whole bunch that I could teach them. But that feminine aspect, that I'm only be able to teach them from an outside perspective to be in tune with their feelings. Now, I'm not saying it's not good enough, but it ain't like coming from a female perspective. You know what I'm saying? So if you flip that in reverse, a mom's having boys, you can teach manhood, you can, but it's still an outside perspective of what a man is. So there is a minimal range. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard. A lot of women get offended when they say they can't. All I hear is women say, "Oh, I could be the man too." You cannot. You can be. You can do both, but you can't be the man. You understand? So the man. A lot of women do raise their kids without a man.
Yeah.
And the kid come out great.
Yeah.
It ain't what you. Listen, I know people that raise kids without a dude, and the kid is like, it's just the way you raise them. But that man figure it plays a lot.
It does.
It plays a lot.
It does play a lot.
Women do. Oh, I'm the mother and father. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're just the mother.
No, you can take the load.
That's right.
I'm not,
that load is never going anywhere.
As a female in a single household, you can take the load. You can take the load, but you're not dad.
No, can never be dad.
But you can take the load.
You could be.
There's a lot of single moms who did it and was extremely successful. I basically watched my sister at one point be a single moms, and I watched the struggle firsthand with a boy.
It is a struggle.
It's
always going to be a struggle.
I watched it
it's gonna
firsthand.
Be a struggle.
With a boy. You know what I'm saying? And that's my sister.
It's always going to be a struggle. It's always going to be a struggle.
They said Spud look real stressed and tired out. Yeah, I am burnt out right now.
He burnt up.
I'm burnt out.
He burnt up, Lil Nate.
Miss Jackson said, I raised 3 kids and took both roles. I was daddy on the football field, and I was mom at home. And I get the concept of what she's saying, but you was mom.
Yeah.
And you was mom carrying a super load.
But she did a great job.
You did a great job. But it's unfair, and I'm trying to word it right. I want to say it's almost unfair for a female to say I was mom and dad.
But they do say it. They say it a lot.
They do it because their dad is absent.
And that's one thing I can say, because I grew up without a dad. So it was like, when they say it, it's like, oh yeah, my mother is the mother and father. But at the end of the day,
he's not.
They not. They just my mom.
It's just mom. They're super mom.
They straight super mom.
Super mom, yes, indeed.
Mom.
Super mom.
And to be a super mom, it's like women stand on their 10 toes for real. Like they actually stand up and take responsibilities faster than a man. And it's crazy to say that, like, they more advanced. They actually stand up. They do things that some men can't do. And men, listen, a lot of women.
But it's vice versa.
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, when they say certain things, it's like, wow, if my mom's wasn't there. Imagine if she wasn't there. Or my dad, majority of times, the woman is around and she's chastising the kid the wrong way. So their ways is like very feminine, but you gotta rough them up. So now,
what, like in this time and era, right? I had this conversation as well recently where we grew up saying, boys don't cry. Like, boy, you a boy, you don't cry, and now it's like that's frowned upon. But I think that phrase creates a balance in the household. I think now like being super emotional on all aspects is like this generation's time, and that's unhealthy. That is not healthy to be like complete, like the balance between the restriction and maintaining your emotions to just like no, let them express. I heard a parent like no, son, little man dragging all over, spinning over the floor, like no, let him express himself. No, tear his. I want to curse so bad, but TikTok. I swear.
You can't curse.
I'm trying to chill on my curses. I want to, but I saw the kid and I want to be like, yo, tear that. What are you doing? Let him express himself. That's the problem. But that goes back to a certain balance. And when you have that certain balance, and don't get me wrong, you can have you can have dad and mom in the household, and it don't be no good.
It got to be a balance.
It got to be like it could be balance. Y'all both can't be masculine. Y'all both can't be super feminine because then there's no structure of the give and take.
It's hard. It's very hard because, they got their side and we got our side.
And that creates...
So chastising, you can chastise, even when you rough them up. Even if you want to rough them up, whoa, don't do that. They side of roughing them up is not our side of roughing them up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't just talk. You got to shake them up sometimes. And shaking them up, the woman, no, don't do that. These is mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you...
Nima B. Counseling said, being a single mom and an entrepreneur is crazy. But my kids are very painful to the balance, but sometimes it's hard. And then I see she created, my kids are very thankful. Okay, I see the correction, thankful. Although it is painful at times, and it's true. It's hard. It ain't easy, period. You know what I'm saying? It ain't.
It's hard. It's hard. So, but I learned, the balance. I didn't have balance at that time as a child. So I didn't understand what was a mom fit. My mom's was my mom's.
Yeah.
So my dad not being around is like, you got to get it from somebody. Somebody. Your mother played a tough role, but she can't be the dad. My moms couldn't show me how to box. So somebody had to teach me.
Yeah.
My moms couldn't tell me. My moms would tell me, yo, don't get into fights. Don't go outside and fight. Right. Oh, so I'm going to go outside and get beat up.
This is why I go outside and get beat up.
Yeah, you get beat up. It's hard. Beat up. Your mom's come out there. She probably spazzed, but you look like a cornball. Now you can't go outside because your mom jumped into your fight.
You wrecked
you
every time.
She
every
killed
time
the whole fight.
They be like, oh, his
mother coming out in a few minutes. So sometimes I learn, like, I got two sisters. So it's like I can't depend on them to show me how to box out. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I gotta go outside.
You go outside and you learn.
My friends, my uncles.
Now, for a single parent household where the son strays away, right, strays to the streets, that could be one of the factors.
But that's
because they're searching for that identity
for the dad, for the father figure.
Father figure.
But that's
for the things that mom can't engage in.
But you know that you said that, Spud. It's crazy that these kids can't go outside to look for that because all these dudes is giving all the kids the wrong things to be a father figure.
To be a father figure, yeah.
At the end of the day, if people would raise their kids like back in the days, I don't think it'd be so much turmoil. I don't think if people would just understand what they have on their hands and not let their kids stray to the streets, to even your uncles, somebody in that house got to be a father figure. Somebody, a big brother, cousin, anybody. But these kids, like the moms can't do it all the time. They cannot. Moms could be on you 100%, but that one little slip up could cost him his whole life.
Yeah.
And the mother's not going to chase you that much. Sometimes the mother say, you know what, I give up. They don't mean to give up, but they just not going to chase you no more.
Yeah.
A dad ain't playing with you. Dad is not playing with you. I just think that the moms have a lot already. And to be alone and to teach their kids.
Now, to be alone and dependent on your mind state is additional weight to making it hard. I see a lot of single moms, not even single moms. Forget it. I see a lot of women adapt and adopt this, independent. I don't need a man. Now they going into the concept that I don't need a man to go into the concept, like, and I'm talking about single, no kid women. Some women have kids. Going into that mindset of right there is a destructive to a relationship base with the I don't need.
Well, a lot of women say that.
Yeah.
A lot of women,
No.
I don't need a man.
No.
No, listen, whatever is your profession, but, I don't understand them even saying that. Why would they say that? Like, what are you getting out of that?
Yeah.
You don't need a man, but your kids need a man.
Yeah.
Your kids.
No, and you don't need a man. I understand you probably working, you probably doing, but for the infrastructure of foundation, the opposites exist in everything. Everything. When it's too cold, what do? We get heat. When it's too hot, we get cold. When it's night, it's day. When it's sunny, it's cloudy. Like, every opposite is the foundation to continue the proper, like, line, the proper lineage, the proper function of life. We as people, especially those in that mindset, are setting off a destruction to the continuation of a true foundation, bro.
And a foundation is like it's a bond. It got to be together, and it's hard. It's hard for even a man who don't have a woman figure in their life.
You need that.
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 So it's like
talking about I don't need.
Nah, you lying.
But I ain't gonna lie though. And all the women, don't kill me for this. You don't hear a dude saying, I don't need no woman.
Yeah, they lying.
I don't care if he broke or rich. He does not utter, I don't need no woman.
Nah,
I do it all on my own.
Nah, you lying, bro.
A dude, you will not hear a dude
they
say
lying,
that.
Bro.
A dude would be like, nah, I ain't saying that. I don't care where he be like, nope, I ain't saying that.
You got to.
It's needed.
You need them.
It's needed. It's needed.
There's a lot of things that men can't do. I'm sorry. We can't do it. There's a lot of things that women can.
And if we can, and if they can, the approach to the can is different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Miss Jackson just said that I think it was Miss Jackson, sometimes mothers are harder on their kids than the fathers. And sometimes the balance roles balance out that way. Sometimes the mom is too strict or stricter, and the pops will be lenient. And that approach doesn't just fall to stricter. It just means the approach to situation. The approaches to situation might be, and you need that comparison to figure out what works for you as an individual.
But I think these parents nowadays are not strict, but
they're
not strict.
Nah, I mean,
there's no such thing as being strict. It's all, even with us, there's no such thing as that. Everything is different. We could do something to the kid, and I guarantee you, give it another 2-3 hours, you're gonna be like, damn, why do that? I gotta go chop it up. Moms is strict to that point, but a day or two go by, they back to the normal self.
Yeah, this era is, I think the concept of freedom, like people are miscommunicating to themselves, so misinternalizing what freedom is, and that concept of freedom is really blurring the lines of structure. People look at structure as a restriction, but structure means something. You know what I'm saying?
There's no freedom.
Miss Jackson said the man is often insensitive, and it makes it harder. It's like having another child, and that's true. That is true, Miss Jackson. It is. And then women sometimes are too sensitive, and it makes it feel like having another child. On the flip side, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? It's like it's too sensitive. So that's where that balance comes in between the sensitive and insensitive. Or if the man is too sensitive and the woman is callous, that's the medium. You meet, and then especially when you have that third party, that child, that's the medium now. Because if son only see insensitive, he gonna be stone cold. If he sees too sensitive, the world gonna eat him up. That's the balance that when he's in the house, he's like, oh, I see this and I see this, but I see this and I see this. Now he has the concept, and I just want to say the kid has the concept to evaluate or assess what he could utilize rather than one. When you're in a household, you only get one side. That's your structure base.
That's just crazy how women even said that. She said that today, that they got feminine ways, and dudes that do grow up with their moms, they listen.
Oh, it was Carmen. Yeah, it was Beyond Unique said firmer. Shout out to Carmen. Much love. Love you with all my heart. That's fam right there. That's fam right there. Beyond Unique. That's fam. She watched me. She watched me grow. Yeah, she watched me grow. She watched me grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now she watching my little ones grow.
That's good, man.
You know what I'm saying? She watched me grow. So shout out to Beyond Unique. Love you. But it's a very interesting topic, man. And then how the times adjust how people are reacting or living in this situation now. It's interesting and a little bit of scary.
It's very scary.
A little bit of scary.
It's very scary. You know how you say the freedom? You know, I have a daughter that's 17, and she tells me, like, yo, daddy, you know, I think I needed freedom. No, you never get freedom. You know, she look at me and be like, what you mean? Listen, I don't understand. You know, nowadays you can't let your child out. That's the worst part. I could give you a string, but you're gonna choke yourself. You're gonna do something that you're not supposed to. And you know, these kids don't know who you know. So they play stupid.
Oh, they do stupid.
Yeah, they do stupid.
Yeah, they play stupid
and they do stupid. So it's like, you gotta play, it's 50-50. So, you know, when you go home and you hear the stuff, you be like, what? You know you don't have freedom. She says, oh, daddy, I'm going to college. I don't care where you go. You could be 30, 40. It's still going to be no. I'm sorry.
So I said 30, 40.
Listen.
Until you 68.
No.
Then you could...
I know she going to get
Then you could go to the mall. 68,
no.
You could go to the mall.
She could go to the mall. She could go to the mall. She could do all that smart. I ain't saying she can't. It's just things that I wouldn't allow her to do. You know? That partying and learning the life. No, you don't need to learn that. Go to school, do what you got to do, and that's it.
Yeah. Ms. Jackson posed a question, and I like that question. On the flip side, what goes wrong when you're in a two-parent home and a good balance and your kid still gets messed up, and why? Now, the good balance is a perspective when your kid mess up. You know what I'm saying? And there's many different elements to that. Because sometimes that balance is sheltering. The worst thing I believe you could do to a kid is shelter them, because then they don't know.
They have no idea.
And when they don't know, they gonna find out. And when they find out, it ain't fun.
You know that you just said that? That's one thing that I'm trying to learn.
Okay.
Because I'm sheltering my child. You understand? I shelter her. But I need her to learn. But I want her to learn the right way. Not just go out there and throw yourself to the wolves.
Yeah.
You know, my son, I mold him and I don't play with him, but I make him understand. Don't get yourself in no trouble. Do the things that you have to do. You know, it's hard when your kids don't understand the streets. You know, you go from a good household to go to the streets where the wolves is ready to attack you.
Yeah.
Because they're going to attack you. And they coming from every
angle.
And the kids don't understand. They so sheltered. They only know mother and father. They only know what's going on in the household.
Yeah.
So when the streets attack you, it's a different kind of attack.
Yeah.
So I don't even put that in front of them, because I don't want them to see that. But they're gonna see it there on their own.
Yeah.
I just want them to know that. Get ready for it.
Yeah. There was an incident in Gateway Mall, and I think it was Applebee's. They was scuffling in Applebee's. I was with my two daughters scuffling at Applebee's, and we could have dipped. And I told them, this is what I said to them: yo, when I say jump under the dude said I'm gonna go get my gun. Now chances are he wasn't gonna get a gun. But the kids saw this, and you know what I say to them? Yo, when I say get under the table, just get under the table. Don't ask me no questions. Now I didn't think it was gonna get to that, but I said that in that moment because I wanted to see how they reacted to it, and then we can have the conversation because there might be a moment that I might be like, girls, get on the floor. I need them to understand the severity instead of the, huh? What? Wait, what? Where? Where? Over there? Like, you know what I'm saying? I need, because we'll shelter them so long and protect them for so long, they never get a scuffed knee.
My daughter is like a firecracker, bro. I ain't realized how bad my daughter was. I swear, bro, my daughter's good in school, bro. But she's a firecracker, bro. Nate is the cool one.
Nate, he said, "Oh my God, yes she is."
I'm telling you, ask Nate. She's a firecracker, bro. And it's crazy because at big growing up, she was sweet, bro. She got to the age,
but
it's like, whoa.
But you know, I like as a man, I think like we look at it and we like, yo, they firecrackers and they bugging. But that's a stage era.
No, hell
no. That's a stage era that mom know. You know why? Mom did that.
No.
You know why?
No.
I'm you know why? Now the chemical balance, she's still developing the understand of how to manage it, how to be in it, and that's the part that we get attached. Same thing happens to a boy when he gets to that age. Mom be like, why he moving? He acting like he got hair on his chest and all, because he's developing. He's starting to feel things, see things, wonder, and that's when we come in because we be like, hold on now, I know where you at.
Yeah,
I know where you at, homie.
I put him in a chokehold.
I know where you at, homie.
I put him in a listen. I put him in a chokehold. I swear to God. I make sure that he understands.
He be tapping out?
He'll look at me like crazy, like, yo, daddy, you really gonna hit me? But my daughter, it's crazy. My daughter she's sweet. But one fight jump off, my daughter got her book bag off. She ready to go.
Now, I want to ask a question. Is that you?
Oh, yeah.
That's you.
Oh, but I never thought about that until I started really. Yo, my daughter is identical to me. Identical. We cool. That little thing go off. You know that fire alarm? She gone. She ready. And it's times where I'm sitting home and I be chilling and I be like, damn, my daughter crazy. But it's like, wow. That's me.
It's like, hold on, wait a second.
That's just my daughter. It's my daughter. And like I tell her, like, I don't want you to fight. But
it go Nate, where'd she get that from? Miss Jackson, DNA.
I'm telling you. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, they always say your first kid comes out like you. And for my daughter to be that aggressive is like, wow.
You see, and for me, my daughter is emotional, like extremely emotional, and I think that is a little bit of where I was at a point in my life. And then my little one is super tough, bro.
She don't care.
Super tough. I remember one day
she
did something bad, and I took her hand, and I smacked her, and she just was like, just sat down like. I'm like, yo, I went in the room like, yo, she took that like a chick. I do this to the other one.
She start crying.
She done. That one, she just was like, I got reprimanded. She held it down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, she held it down, and I'm like, yo, I see me, but I also see the mom in them. It's like it's a split, but the pendulum does tip. Sometimes I see a little bit too much in me. Sometimes I see too much, like a lot more mom. So it's interesting. I got a question for Beyond Unique, Carmen. You said, you know, I'm that tough mom. Even my boys are men. Yes, and I know you still on them. She said, I guess it comes from having 6 brothers, 3 sons, and 3 grand kids. I got a question, and if it's okay if you can answer. Did you grow up in your household with mom and dad? And if you did, and if you didn't, was growing up with your brothers the influence in your toughness? I'm curious to hear that. Was that one of the influences of being tough? Because how we grow up in our households really play an instrumental part of who we are, regardless of the matter.
But my household wasn't like that, bro.
No, but
I
you
swear.
but you seeked it somewhere else.
But Spud,
and you developed that second.
Spud, it was
adaptation.
crazy. Nobody in my crib fought.
No, but you, Lil Nate, yo, anybody with the name Nate Quan, was a bad kid, bro. I don't know no Nate Quans that was just like not a tough. All the Nate Quans I know was kids. They was built like Mike Tyson and they fought, bro. They knuckled up and they fought from like pre-K. These kids was knuckle games.
It was crazy, but like nobody in my crib fought. But I was always like the kid that wanted to go outside. Even if I lost, but I was going out there. And to sit there and be like, damn, where it came from. And my uncles used to tell me like, yo, you're gonna be a problem. As a child, you're gonna be a problem. And I used to be like, yo, you bugging, you stupid. You stupid. My uncle to this day, what I tell you? What I tell you?
What I tell you?
Even we can't even talk without having a disagreement. Cause now I can shake my uncles up.
You're like, what?
Yeah, now I be waiting. My uncles be looking at me like, yo. I be like, what's up? I be like, what's up? Remember you used to hit me as a kid? Let's fight now.
Let's get it.
And my uncles be like, yo, you a little
See, like, see, I told you. I told you.
But listen, you should. I had to go outside, bud. I'm telling you, my moms and them, they wasn't having that. I wasn't gonna be that little punk on the block.
No, I feel you. And I had two older brothers, and they did like every wrestling move. Like my brothers used to beat me up, and I'll cry. Like they'll beat me up till I cry. And their favorite line, and Big Boy, if you on right now, their favorite line was, "Yo, we making you tougher. Cause if I hit you and you could take it, someone your age, and you ain't gonna feel it.
That's how they used to hit me. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna feel it. And I remember when I got punched in my face by someone my age, right? I got punched in the face by someone my age, and I didn't feel it. I was like, oh, I'm tearing son up. You swung on me? What? Put the beats on him. And then I was like, oh, this is how it worked. This is how it worked. She said, yes, most definitely. Both parents, but dad wasn't the tough one. Mom was. My brothers were, and still are the reason I am the way I am. They would go out and fight. If I had, there you go. And I was just curious because it is like, even if it's a single house. Now going back to our equation, take a single parent mom who's probably emotional, probably super sensitive. I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. And then you raising a boy with the concept, I don't need no man. What does that do for his psyche, seeing the person that he's looking at as the hero, as the strength, but she don't need a man? What does that define for me as a man? My worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need a man. Like, what does that define the worth? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's an interesting.
Women are crazy when they say that. Trust me. They gotta be going through something, or a lot of women. Oh, I'm the man. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Now,
no, you're not.
Now, going back to that, right? Imagine a kid growing up in a household where mom's saying, "Yeah, I'm the man.
I got bigger balls than you."
Excuse me. Where does that put the development of this soon-to-be man? You know what I'm saying? Where does his value get placed for his kingship? Because there was no kingship in his house, and mom, in a sense, you say it long enough. If you call a kid dumb long enough, he's gonna start adapting that. Now imagine being in a household where it's like, yo, we don't need no man in this household. We got us. That's it. Where that puts him in his household when he gotta have a kid. He might psychologically go into relationship, and this probably be the effect we seeing now with dudes in relationships, and they like, that's your name, man, bro. I'm over here now, and he moving around because he's already disvalued, growing his growth. been disvalued. There's no placement for him.
I swear, Spud, man.
And sorry, and now imagine a girl growing up in a house, single household, and mom's talking about, I don't need no man. Look at the development of that. That's gonna be a duplication. A high percentage of duplication. Let me not say completely, because she might be totally opposite.
Yeah,
that happens.
That happens a lot.
That happens a lot.
A lot of kids,
you don't want to be.
They don't be.
Who you,
and going back to Miss Jackson's question, yeah, my uncles was. I didn't have no good uncles, Miss Jackson. None of my uncles was good. My uncles was always in trouble, and they was always in the streets. So, growing up, it was hard. So my role models was outside in the streets. Those was the guys that was around me and that was doing something with themselves.
Yeah.
Cause my uncles never, they didn't even know what the hell was going on. School wise, nothing. I couldn't go to them. Even going to schools, like, it was hard. Cause my grandmother didn't really understand English. So she didn't know what the hell my teacher was telling her. Me, I'm not translating nothing.
You be like, what? I did what? It was bad. No, está bien.
Yeah. She knew that the red marks was bad. Because I had a lot of those on the report card. But thank God, I finished school, man. Thank God. It was cool, man. Growing up, but I'll tell you one thing, she a strong lady. A lot of women are strong, man.
They are.
Very strong.
Women are strong.
They're very strong, man.
And there are some that don't understand the depth of their strength and are utilizing it incorrect. Same thing with men. We are not utilizing or maximizing our full potential in our value. And when we have these kids, when we are raising or around kids, a big part of who we are and how we utilize the parts of us reflects in our youth. You know what I'm saying? Our youngins, our offspring, and all the good stuff. Westside said my grandmother had 7 girls, no uncles. It's how you're reared and displayed your character, flaws and all. Most definite. Ms. Jackson had a question or a statement. So you may structure your life with your kids what you don't want because your uncles were not good. And that's...
Yeah, I do.
That's
I do that a lot. I live like if I was a child. But I do things to them that I don't want them to ever experience. And listen, my kids mean the world to me. Yeah. And that's one thing that I don't want to see them fail or... Listen, the structure in the household is the best.
It is.
That's the best. Having both parents, and it's cool, man. It's cool. It's a cool thing to be.
Thinking on that, I myself, my father taught me how to be a kid by the things he didn't do for me. Like, I play with me and my dad, I didn't play wrestle or play with my dad. It was like dad. And now, I play with my kids. I'm with them all the time. Know what they like, and I think growing up, the good things that my pops did do, I adopted and I took that. But the things that I didn't get or I didn't see for him, I don't translate that. So it kind of like with the uncle situation, how I am now isn't what I got.
It's crazy because I never had the same. I never had nobody to play with. Nothing. But when I'm around Lil Nate, oh man, it's like my eyes turn. It's like I'm a kid again. I just love being around them. Even we had a conversation yesterday, matter of fact, and my little man started crying, yo. And it broke me down because I didn't really realize that I was breaking him down. And I didn't understand until my little man told me, yo, Dad, the things you do back on me. And I'm sitting there like, damn. Now I feel this low, but I felt much better because I'm starting to talk to my son. I'm starting to really yo, Nate, listen, I got you. I got you, bro. I don't want him to ever experience things that a dad don't want to give to their sons, bro, or my daughter.
I dig that. Ms. Jackson said, "This is how we raise our kids. We want to do better than what we had." And yeah, most of us.
Yeah.
And then there's some who raise their kids the way they were raised and keep that storyline going, and that's what's dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't repeat a cycle. That cycle will kill you.
It will.
That cycle,
or it's gonna kill
your generation.
Your generation,
and
you know
that's
what I'm
not
saying?
cool. And that's not cool. That's one thing. And you know what, Spud? These kids will never. I don't even think they could repeat a cycle. Cause these kids, what we went through, I don't think they will ever go through that. They have too much now. But we had nothing. We had nothing.
Yeah. We had that sparked a lot of
You
creativity.
understand? That's things
that made a different type of character.
Yes.
Like,
So it
character
brought
based.
things out of you that
Yeah.
you can say, damn,
Yeah.
I really did do that. I really tried this. These kids
They got everything.
everything is given to them.
And it produced a less functional, like they don't get sweaty.
Nothing.
They don't run around crazy unless it's sports in school.
Yo,
or,
sports.
but other than that, like Saturday morning is dead outside.
No kids is outside.
No kids is
You don't even
outside.
see them in the playground. These kids got to be real little.
They got, yeah.
They little. But majority of them 10, 11, they got a phone. They on the phone on the slide doing the TikTok. Dancing, chilling. Doing the TikTok.
I be eating dinner and I got TikToks behind me like,
yeah.
yo, what are you doing?
They be violent. Yeah.
I be like, what is that? They got names for them.
Yeah. I'm telling you, my daughter come in on the phone like that, do a TikTok with me. Get out of here. Get out of here with that stupidness.
Beyond Unique said, we can't raise our kids the way we were raised. Society is different.
Very different.
And that right there is real.
Yes.
That is real. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if everybody, I was at an event today and I saw a kid, like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. And the lady's like, no, come on, we're going to go here. And he's like, no. And he just like dropped to the floor and did the running man on the
kid?
side and was doing circles running on the floor. And I'm like, I'm like, little man, get up. And the lady looked at me. She was like, no, let him express himself. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to shut my mouth. And I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm going to let man do dirt circles.
I'll show you how to express yourself.
Dirt circles. Because you would have been doing dirt circles. It would have been a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? But that is what I'm seeing a lot more in this era. I don't even want to say generation. This era. That approach to like the way we... It's a different time in society.
Even a stop don't mean stop. Because your mom said it once or your dad and you stopped.
Stop.
Now tell the kids to stop. They stop for 2 seconds and go back again and do it again.
You gotta be like this.
And you you can't hit them. You can't hit them. It's like, yo, I told you, some of them is tough. Some of them would be crying. Oh, don't hit me. You hit me. Why you hit me? Because you don't listen.
My mom's had this saying. My pops I never grew up in a household my pops beat us. My pops said something, we just stopped. My mom's was like kung fu, taekwondo. Like she
beat you?
She ain't, what? My mom's ain't, what? My mom's had this saying, who don't hear, feel. I swear, that was her saying. Who don't hear, feel. And if you ain't hear it, you gonna feel it. Yo, my mom's did not play, bro. She did not play. She tore. She did not play. My pops, he ain't never hit us. Yeah. But we listened. He said don't do something. You would have thought he was terror. We just listened. But mom, we try to get slick.
I had one of my my uncles. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We heard his motorcycle coming down the street. We was gone, bro. I knew somebody was getting a beating. I swear to God. He would come. Yo, what I tell you? I used to be like, I don't even know how many times my uncle hit me. I swear to God, Spud. I swear. It was too many times where he used to hit me, and I used to be like, damn, I think he just want to fight me or something. Cause he would do it like constantly. But Spud, I swear, he would beat me so many times that my grandmother be like, yo, why you hit him? He don't listen. I'm like, but I ain't do nothing. No, he ain't listen. I used to be like, damn, I couldn't help myself, but be like, I heard his bike, I'm out of here. My friend's like, yo, where you going, man? Listen, I gotta go. I gotta go.
I'll check y'all later.
Listen, I would front like I was sleeping in bed. He like, nigga, I saw you. I saw you, Nate. They told me you was outside. I'm like, damn,
like,
bro.
No, I was here. I was here the
That
whole
was
time.
one of, yo, listen, and God rest my Uncle Soto. I love him so much for doing it, because he made me understand that, yo, you got to go do right. He was the only one of my uncles that was right, though. Okay. He came out of incarceration, and he did things right. My other uncles, them dudes, I don't know what's wrong with them to this day.
I don't know.
You know, it's hard. It's hard, this society, man. My uncle still lived like he back in the days, though. All his stories back in the days, yo. I be like, listen, I'm tired of listening to them stories, man. Y'all screaming so much, I can't even talk on the show. Yo. I swear to God.
Nate was putting in that yell work, boy.
Nah, that Yankee game was crazy, man.
Something in my eye.
My man Spud tired. I can't talk.
Yeah, I was up since, I don't know how early. I was in Prospect Park it was a nice festival.
For the kids.
And it was interesting. There was a lot of parent conversation. There was a lot of stuff that I saw with parenthood. Like I said, little man doing dirt circles. And I did a lot of speaking about today's my daughter's birthday. So it was a lot of parenting conversations. And it's interesting. It is a different time. You know what I'm saying? It's a different time. Even the problems is a different time. Like I'm hearing a lot of people speaking about young kids having anxiety, and I'm like, this kid got anxiety, and he what? 7 with anxiety, bro? All right. If he really has anxiety, wow, that's insane. And if he don't, like, he's still a kid. Like, he's going to try to figure things out, and it don't mean he got ADHD because he's running around.
Yeah,
he's a kid. He's a kid. He's figuring.
Then they give him medication. For that. Parents give them medication for that, though.
He's a kid. He's figuring it out.
Oh, he got HD, whatever that is. He can't sit down. Tell him sit down.
He's a
He gonna run around.
He's gonna run around, man. And
you know these kids. That's another thing. First thing a parent do, yo, he need medication. What you giving him medication for? You're bugging.
Yeah, man.
You're bugging. Tell the kid to sit down. He knows.
I hear, like, I'm hearing a lot about, like what kids got. No, what they got is their childhood. Their kids. Right. And they're learning. They are learning. It's a learning phase. No, don't do it. All right, sit down. All right, 10 minutes later, sit down. Like,
that's it.
They're learning, their attention span, their development, the white matter in their brain is not fully developed. There's more to it than just like medication. Then you do that and then you stun them. You know,
even your friend said I would just get a certain look and I use the same look at my boys.
Oh, yeah.
That's the look that your parents give you.
I do that now.
Yeah, they know.
I do that now. Know. So I do this thing. I do this thing that, like,
that look, it kills you.
My pops never did this. My moms never did this. But it's something that I did. Like, when they're doing something, I do the, and they look, I just be like, they be like, all right, Dad. All right, Dad. I do this.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm on the phone and they carrying on, I be like, that's when they go to their room. Yeah, I know that look.
Look, somebody said shit. It's 2 PS5s in my house. My kids still go outside. I don't play that sucker shit. We homework chores. That's right.
That's right. You have to. Sports included. You have to. I mean, even like I told you on one of the other shows, you know, the kids is like, what we eating for dinner? And I'm like, oh, we eating this? Nah, I want this. Man, I made a straight jail meal.
They ate it?
They bust what? So I got the Jack Mac, cleaned the Jack Mac, showed them this is how you clean the Jack Mac, fried it in Doritos and all that. Dinner served.
They liked it.
They busted down. They ate it. But that's how fast it could have been. No, I don't want that. I want this. And now that sense of obtaining everything whenever they want. And that's one of the biggest problems, I think, right now in this era. The accessibility to the demand. You know what I'm saying? They got this. They could get it.
No.
They could get it.
But that's the worst part. And she said parents are afraid to punish their kids due to society. That's the truth. And parents, I'm a parent. You're not going to tell me how to raise my kid.
No.
So I don't care whoever's telling my kid whatever they want, when they get home, they know what's up. You know you're going to get it. I don't care if you call the cops. Listen, you're not raising my kids. This society now, you're not raising my kids. You get what you get at home. That home, you better take out into the streets and watch what you're doing.
Watch what you're doing.
That's it.
That's what you're doing.
Ain't no rules. The rules is you do what I tell you, and you better do it right. Because if it come back home that you didn't do it, you're going to get it. You're going to get it.
That's real. That is super real.
You gotta treat your kids like, don't play with me. You might get a preference with the meals, I don't want that. Yeah, that's cool.
And it's okay to be like, okay, guys, I'll cook this. But when when kids are starting to be like, nah, for dinner I want this. I'm like, you see this in the fridge? No, eat this.
That's right.
This what you getting. This what you getting. You know what I'm saying? This what you getting. Even clothes and stuff to that nature, like having them understanding the value of it. What I started doing a lot with my kids? Like whenever something costs something, I break down to them what I spent for the day. I do it all the time now. A meal, I be like, yo, that was $60. Yo, that shirt, okay, well, we went to TJ Maxx, that was $120. And then I go through the day, and then I be like, yo, for today I spent, and I used to do it for a while, and Janelle would be like, she don't hear it. But now, when I be like, yo, that shirt costs $80. Casey will be like, TikTok is like, hold on, y'all still here? Say for instance, we go shopping and Casey see the value of something. Now she registers the value to what we could get from it. So she be like, wow, that's $60? That's how much the whole dinner will cost. Now she get an idea of the value, where before I would just be like, what you want? Get it. What? How much? Those sneakers, you like those? Buy them. And do this. And then I'm realizing now it's like there's no value of like, yo, I work hard for my, like I had to tell him, this is my bread. I don't mind spending it for what we need, but this is my bread, not your bread. So it ain't when you want or how you want. But I've been doing that.
My kid,
I break down everything I paid.
I just, even with my daughter, but I can't even tell her. She'll tell me your name. She'll tell me, Daddy, you got this, and I'll be like, what's that for? She be saying name spelled, and I'll be like, you ain't getting that. She got a little job now.
Oh, word?
She working.
She got a pot for the house?
Pot? Yeah, okay.
You gotta be like, yo, $20. Put that in a can. $20.
Nah, she good now. She don't rob me for lunch money no more.
Man, you gotta put $20 aside for house.
She good.
Today was Casey's birthday. Tax deductions. Everything is tax deductible.
So whatever she got
in his house. When that card come in with the $5, you know what everybody say? Put it in Dad's hand. I get the whole thing.
She buy those spots. She buy. She'll say, look, she'll buy certain things.
Okay, I see it. She buy groceries. All right, that's good.
She buy spot, but you can't get no money from her. She won't give you money, literally money.
Okay.
But she'll go to the store.
All right.
She ain't spending. She ain't giving you no money that you can see.
Shout out to Kane. I see you on TikTok. He said, what do you think it causes? Separation in our homes, conflict in our homes, and the things that influence us.
Look at Nate said, nah, she ain't breaking no bread.
Nah, she ain't breaking no bread.
I tell you that.
Yeah, I tax everything, and now don't get me wrong, they get it back.
Too much.
They get it back because I'm gonna spend on them, but I do that purposely to show them not only participation, but like, yo, this is the base, and I always say like, yo, this is home base, y'all.
Yeah.
This is home base, y'all. If y'all can't take in consideration home base, how you gonna structure yours? But they give it back. But even today, she collected all her cards and all that stuff. I ain't even asked, Dad, here. She's like, don't take all of it. I was like, I'm not gonna take all of it. I'll put it on. I ain't gonna take none. I'm not telling her I'm not taking none. She think it's getting taxed. She think it's getting taxed. But I do that because I be like, yo, this is going back to the house. I be like, yo, toilet tissue. I said, all the things you take for granted. Toilet tissue, the water faucet, the washing machines, toothpaste, soap. All those things cost, y'all. Don't know, but all those things cost. And when they die down and they disappear and they run out, we got to run out and get it. So all that, I don't want to say I'm a penny pincher. But when it comes to bread, bro, I'm like, I need to know how much left, how much more is coming back. And I need more to come back than go out. You know what I'm saying?
I tell my kids, but they know, Spud, they get it. They don't even, they'll tell Lil Nate do it the suck away. Lil Nate be like, yo, can I get something off the card, Daddy? And I'll be like, how much is it? He'll tell me a lie. Say it's like $10. He'll be like, it's $10. Daddy, I go check the card.
He low scaled it.
Yeah,
$10.
Yeah, Lil Nate. But Lil Nate get his bread for his birthday, like his birthday bread. He be like, Daddy, hold it. Hold it. You sure? By the time Lil Nate come back, I'll be like, here you go, Lil Nate. He'd be like, Daddy, but there's money missing. Nah, that was the money you already took.
Yeah.
Off the card.
They said as people to raise our children is what makes it difficult. We shouldn't have to establish the value. I'm not sure. I'm reading that chopped up. I'm not sure what part of the conversation, but Kane, please elaborate. I would love to chop it up with you on that, and also have our people on Instagram as well as TikTok add to that. So please feel free. And I see I'm on the way to the city. Westside, thank you for joining and adding and also sharing some input with us. Again, like we said, this is living room conversation. We just invite everybody in on the topic. So shout out to y'all for jumping on, man. Much love and thank you for this conversation. And there's no right or wrong.
Never no right or wrong.
It's all perspective. We're just sharing perspective and our personal experiences.
He said when you speak on society standards in our homes, is right.
Oh yeah. Society Now, the interesting about society standards is when it enters the home or how we allow it to enter our homes, it's society in its whole. It's not society standards entering like necessarily the home. It's the society structure that gets based to the overall essence of what should be. That changes the perspectives of how you. So now we get ostracized and outcast because we're not the common norm to what society is. You know what I'm saying? And then you get ridiculed or charged or all kind of stuff. It creates a whole, and then some people conform or some people adopt. Some people don't. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, me saying I grabbed my daughter's hand at one point in my life and I smacked her hand. Some people look at me like, yo, that's terrible parenting.
That's disgusting.
Carmen, have a good night. Love you.
That's disgusting. If you get mad at that listen, everybody got hit. And a little whack on the hand is
but in the overall spectrum now, people will be like, what? Don't even get like even like little man, even your little man on the floor. And I told little man, yo, little man, get up. And the mom was like, no, let him express himself. Yeah. Yo, she was there like 15 minutes.
I would have showed her. I would have showed her how you express yourself. I show you how you express yourself.
Dirt circles.
Yeah, dirt circles.
Let him say, Danny. Danny. I'm like, Danny. It would have been a different conversation.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta treat them like it was you as a child. I let them know, don't play yourself. You see how you snap your fingers? Listen, I'm yelling. And you're going to know that I ain't playing.
And I will say this. Miss Jackson, before I go in, she said, remember when the parent gave the neighborhood permission to slap you?
Hell yeah.
It was like the neighborhood already was granted permission. Like, you did wrong, anybody could deal with you. But I will say this. Every beating that I ever got in my life, I deserve, like, I needed it. If my moms ain't beat me, bro.
Somebody else beat you?
Man, even if no one beat me, if my moms ain't beat me, who I would been, bro, son, it would have been a rap. It would have been a rap, bro. I would have been wildin'. If my moms didn't beat me, bro. And I'm not gonna say abuse me. Like, when I was wrong, disciplining me. I honor those moments because I learned in those moments and I understood a certain level of repercussion. It made me think like, damn. I don't want to go through that.
My son will tell you, like, if they told me, yo, your little Nate was outside doing something, I wait till he get to the crib, and I'll be like, yo, Nate, you good? Like, they told me this, and he look at me. Once he start, like, if he start tearing up, I'll be like, why you tearing up for? You must have did it. Or I'll chastise him like, I'm not playing. I say, back in the days, I would let people just whack you up. But now they don't do it. They tell you, yo, I'm a parent, I'm not playing. I'm not playing, Spud. I don't play with them.
West Side said, we got packed up.
Yeah, listen, it's only right. You know, you act up, even with the bills. You know, your mom's, yo, shut that light off. Yo, my grandfather would come in the crib, you don't pay light, he take the light bulb out or turn the switch off. You ain't got no light now.
Yep.
You know, these kids don't know the bad ways of living, man. They don't.
Castro said consequences and repercussions. And that's real.
You have to.
You have to
discipline.
You have to learn. They have to understand that cause and effect. I do this could possibly happen.
Yeah.
Or they'll just keep doing this until they hit a brick wall.
No, it isn't.
Or someone hit them with a brick wall.
The brick wall you're gonna get it. I'm not playing with you. You gotta know what you're doing, how you doing it, and just have respect. Respect and go the straight path. There's no other way to go. Cause I'm whipping you. I'm whipping your ass hard.
Kane said if people understood how that type of discipline became implemented, it won't be seen the same. And I get what you're saying. You know, like a lot of the structures that were used to control people under circumstances like slavery, workforce, and so on. A lot of these tactics were used for repercussion and discipline. So I get what you're saying, and again, I don't want to sound like just whip my kids to a pulp.
No.
But reprimanding them.
You have to.
You have to reprimand them when they're doing something, and do it with a explanation of, you know, the why. I think the why gets missing. Don't do that. The why. You know what I'm saying? The why, like in the short term, in the center of East New York, a young kid got into a joint. He got a hammer on him. I go through and I get wind of it. So I talk to him. I walk him through why this could turn to death, prison, and all that. Yo, he didn't even think that far. When I broke down what he could get for the gun, I said, you ain't even got to shoot it, bro. He said, what? I said, you don't even got to shoot that gun to get 5, 8. And I said, depending the bullets on it, I said, I don't even want to know. Depending the bullets in it, you could get an extra year for all those, maybe a year and a half for them. He had no clue, bro. He had no clue. But the why, instead like, yo, bro, put that gun away. You don't need that. Nah, I walked him through. I said, all right, this is what could happen. And I said, you see, son, you could blam all. Blah, 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 blah. I said, all 8 shots. I said, you don't control where they stop. I said, you can hit somebody down the block, bro.
Yeah.
I said, you know, and going through the whole steps, he gave it off. He gave it off. We put it in a paper bag and wrote a note, and he got $50 from the precinct. Because you can hand the gun in and get bread. He gave the money in for $50. He got $50 for... But I could have easily been like, nah, you don't do that. No explanation, bro. And I think, especially with our kids, it's very important to give them the ratio and the whys to why you either speaking to them that way or you clamping down on them that way. Again, I'm speaking on me. My mom's beat me in all the times that I needed it. I ain't gonna lie to you. All the times I needed it. And I'm gonna be real with everybody on here. I grew up in a household with my moms and my pops. Until my mom's passed, I went to prison. I'm keeping it a buck. My mom's was she did not play. I love her. She didn't abuse me. If I did wrong, I was disciplined. When she passed, a year after she passed, I was sentenced to life. That tells you the discipline, the structure that sometimes a person might need. I went to prison as soon as she passed. I was often booked.
I'm not saying to whip them. You know, people taking it to. I'm not saying to whip them. No. You don't whip your kids. That's not gonna help you. You have to discipline your kids. Don't whip them. Whip them is not gonna get them nothing. They're gonna be hateful. They're gonna be. Yeah. You don't gotta do that. You sit there and talk.
We're not talking about break down their character.
Don't break them down. All you gotta do is talk. Talking hurts them more than anything. These kids are not built for what we went through. I'm talking about my past experience. We got whippings. These kids get nothing.
I'm not talking about like extension cords, and I'm not even talking belts.
Not even
though my mom's used the belt, but. And I'm glad she used the belt. I am so glad my mom's, the way she balanced the hugs and the whippings.
You need it.
I needed it.
Yeah.
I needed it. And when I lost it, I was up north. Fighting a whole nother fight. You know what I'm saying? So
but look at from what it went to what you had to go through, Spot. You got a whipping, and when you wasn't getting it no more, look at what you got.
Yeah. My man said, I'm supposed to be in bed. Little Nate, you got school in the morning.
He gonna get in trouble.
Nate, we just talked about whoopings.
He don't get no whipping.
Miss Jackson said we can't say that word. Man, and that's another thing. Like, everything is so, like, we're in a super sensitive time.
Yeah, and that's bad because society controls your kids.
We're in a super sensitive time. Like, certain things can't be said, or certain things are offensive. I don't know. Like, Carmen said it the best. We're in different times.
They said, y'all blowing me up. She coming.
He said, y'all blowing.
I'll tell you, man. See, and look. You can't say certain things. You can't do things, but that's your kids.
I want to send a big shout out to my daughter that just jumped on. I know she like, yo, why you put me on the spot? You know, even my daughter Janelle, who's on. I do consequences, and I find ways to explain, you know, why. And I know sometimes she don't even want to hear it. But it's not about if I care you want to hear it. I need you to hear it.
That's right.
I need you to hear it, and even if it makes sense later. You know what I'm saying? I need you to hear it, and I need to stay on top because I know when you don't have no clue, you're gonna find out.
The wrong way.
Yes,
you don't want that.
You're gonna find out.
And believe me, you say things under your breath.
We did. Shout out to my brother Kane, man. My brother Kane, man. He got a deep story. That stems from a lot of experience. I'm gonna put it that way, a lot of experience. So shout out to Kane, that's showing mad love on TikTok right now, my brother. We are different. We most definitely are. We come from different times.
That's right.
In this world, so most definite.
All that. We are very different, and these kids now need that. They need that. They need a speech. They need that. You need to just let them know that. Being yelled at and do everything that you're supposed to do. It's not gonna hurt you. Just listen.
Yeah,
Listen gonna get you far.
Yeah. Like my mom said it, man. Who don't hear feels.
That's right.
And it might not be by your hands, but who don't hear feels, man. Who don't hear feels, man. He said, use me to get your words across. Most definite, my dude. Most definite. Miss Jackson said, IG just got me for typing that word. Oh, you can't even type that word?
Whip.
Damn. She said, great show. But I want to send a big shout out to everybody that partakes, shared their story, jumped on. I mean, my man lost his voice.
Yeah, I'm a little toe up this week, man.
I'm beat, but I did catch a second win. With the show.
He gonna be down here till 6 in the morning. That second win, it means he gonna be down here till 6 in the morning.
I did get a second win. I got some stuff I gotta do. I'm not trying to be 6 in the morning.
Yeah, he'll be here at 7 now. He'll have breakfast down here. His name is Mr. Afternoon. Only could get that.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Man, shout out to y'all, man. It was a very interesting conversation. I hope we all could share our perspectives with someone in our life. And if there are kids in your life, whether nephews, sons, daughters, nieces, be mindful of how you share your journey, your perspective for the embetterment for their lineage.
That's right.
And their direction. We just gotta be tight on that. Shout out to Kane. Love you too, my brother. Most definite. He said true story. Most definite. But I'm Spud.
I'm Nate.
This was Dungeon Talk. Check us out every Sunday between 7:30, 7:40-ish.
Yeah.
Because it's not scripted, our time ain't restricted.
That's right.
So we come on between 7:30, 8 o'clock. We jump on. Please feel free. He said peace, Nate.
Peace, man.
Shout out to and if y'all got topics, man.
Yeah, man.
Please feel free to hit us. Reach out to us. Send us some topics. Shout out to Tab Love. You guys are awesome. Definitely learned a lot.
Yeah, you have
about
to.
being open-minded.
You have to, man.
Most definitely. Shout out to Mr. Ball. Thank you, Mr. Ball. Casey, she'll tell you all about it. She'll tell you all about the gifts and all that. So thank you, Mr. Ball. She most definitely love it. And shout out to everybody that's out there. Be safe, y'all. Keep creative, man. And be mindful of perspective because it is an example to someone you may love. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. Let me close out. And we catch y'all next Sunday.